Hey everybody, welcome back to the Sketchdom. My name is Jason Sketch. I'm super excited to bring you guys some more Marvel Champions content. Today, we're going to be taking Hawkeye against the final scenario Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Hopefully, for the only time. I'm super excited to do this. I've not faced Baron Zemo just yet. Spoiler alert. So, if you guys are excited, don't be afraid to hit that like button down below. Thank you guys again for all of your feedback throughout all of the games so far. I really appreciate it, and thank you for letting me know that some of my audio has been kind of messed up in the past couple of videos. I think I've got it fixed now, so please let me know if you guys have discovered that in the comments down below. As always, guys, let's jump down to the table and check things out. Alright guys, here we are. In the final scenario here against Baron Zemo. I'm pretty excited about it. I hope you guys are as well. I'm also a little nervous because, again, like I said, it's my first time getting to do this game. And I have not faced Baron Zemo yet, so I'm a little nervous. But we'll make it happen. I think Hawkeye's going to have a good time. I have updated the deck just a little bit, added a few more allies in there, make it a little more exciting. Everything is ready to go for the villain. Everything should be shuffled up and be good to go there. I don't have to do anything setup-wise for Thunderbolts. I am going to go ahead and draw into my hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I did shuffle. Well, hopefully this is going to be a good nonsense here. Otherwise, I may have to do some more shuffling. I'm going to go ahead and keep Ironheart. Get an extra card right off the bat. Stinger, because I might get another chump block out of that. I really want to hold on to Gambit. Maybe an Inspiring Presence to try to just separate those a little bit. I do love Cyclops. I do love Gambit as well. I think we'll have a nice chump block there with Ironheart. Let's keep Gambit down. We're going to send these 4 cards back and see what else we get. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I think priority here is going to be getting the Helicarrier down as well. So let's do some mulliganing here. When we did the mulligan stuff, now we want to do the fun card stuff, which we have these awesome cards available to us. And you've seen me use them a couple of times. And so I don't want to go ahead and put in the Justice. So for Security Scanner, each player may add 1 secret counter to a board member environment to search their collection for a different aggression ally and shuffle it into their deck. For each player may add 1 threat to the main scheme to search their deck for an aggression ally and put it into their hand. So we're going to go ahead and put 1 on here. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in Sunfire. I want Sunfire there as an option and availability, possibly another way to take off the wonderful sword. So we're going to shuffle Sunfire into the deck because I don't need him right now. And getting another good shuffle, I think, wouldn't be a bad idea. Just the way I've been drawing so far has not been perfect. So all my Inspiring Presences right off the bat is not kosher. Not what I'm looking for. So last but not least, I'm trying to decide if I want to get 2. I think I will. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle in. Get 2 of the medical ward. So we'll do 1 there and 1 there. 2 med teams. So 1 comes to my hand, and the other one will go ahead and get shuffled into the deck here. So be nice to have an extra card in hand. Hopefully that won't hurt me too much with having those on the executive board there. We've already lost 1 executive board member to the villains, which is kind of sad and frustrating. Part of the game, I'm sure, but will make this happen. So I'm excited for it. I'm nervous. I'm nervous is why I'm taking a long time to get started. Let's just make this get going. So, all right. Everything is set up. One last shuffle here. Let's cut the deck. And hope for the best. So, nice. Okay. We're going to... We need to get my... Wow. My bow. So we'll spend... We'll spend the Inspiring Presence to look for my bow and put it into play. Now, of course, it's at the bottom of the deck with the quiver. Oh my goodness. They were right next to each other. That would have been so frustrating later in the game to draw them both late in the game like that. So hopefully we find the quiver here pretty quick too, because that does make a huge difference for what Hawkeye is able to do. I wish it was a tech upgrade for that quiver. Actually, I'm going to feel so dumb if it is. I don't think it is. We're just going to look real quick, because we're here. Yep, it's an item. Wish it was a tech upgrade, because then I definitely would have put in our wonderful friends Fitz and Simmons to get that out onto the table. At least Fitz to get it out onto the table. So, okay, though, we need to have Hawkeye's bow. It's part of the game. So, here we are. Everything's shuffled up. Sweet. I've still got some things I can do. All right, so let's go ahead and put the bow down here. Put some ready tokens down. I don't have a lot of space on my desk. I need to work on that. Clear off some stuff here. All right. So making choices right off the bat of the game is always difficult. I know that I want to get the helicarrier down, so I think we're going to spend the med team and Gambit. Yeah, that's just how we're going to do it. To get Ironheart onto the table. Be defeated. Okay. Ironheart is going to draw me a card. An explosive arrow. Like that card as well. But I think I'm going to go ahead and spend these 3 cards here to get helicarrier onto the table. I think it's just going to be helpful to do that. So, I don't think there's another way to have played that, but I think having helicarrier out there and Ironheart is going to be a good way to start the game. We're going to flip up. Hawkeye will punch the Baron for 3. And Ironheart will go ahead and take a point of damage to remove the thwart threat from the main scheme. Let's get that back down to normal. And, yes, I think we're golden here. Do I need to? Perfect. We can do this. All right. And let's draw up to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Already, Hawkeye and Ironheart. And we'll go from there. So, cable arrows, we're not doing too bad. First things first, threat goes up by 2. We're going to really need to focus on threat here. I'm nervous. All right. Baron Zemo is going to come in for an attack. He's swinging for 3. Ironheart will defend. 3, 4, 5. After its activation, shuffle the Adaptoid into the encounter deck. So this gets shuffled back in. And Ironheart definitely dies. Ooh, okay. Thank you, Ironheart, for your service. All right. We can get an encounter card. The ends justify the means. When revealed, choose. Baron Zemo defeats the minion with the fewest remaining hit points. Baron Zemo schemes. Discard an ally support you control. Remove secret counter from among board member environments equal to the discarded card's printed resource. Okay, well, I guess I have to discard my helicarrier. That kind of is annoying right off the bat, and then I have to remove 3 wonderful tokens out there. So I think get this down to 1. We'll clear off the tactical officer here. All right. I mean, that's helpful and hurtful. Kind of sucks that there's no minion out there for me to defeat, but it is what it is. All right. So we've got in our hands. I'm really thinking Maria Hill's the best call. So we're gonna, spin these 2 to get Maria Hill out, who will draw us a card. It is Genius. Okay. Awesome. Then we will make the call, spin the Genius and Cable Arrow to get my boy Gambit out there. Okay, we're going somewhere. Gambit's going to look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and tuck 1 under him so that only the boost is visible. Got some good options here. All right, I'm going to take the 3 for Gambit. I think that's the best choice. And let's see. Awesome. Just like that. Now we know what's coming. That's good news. Maria Hill's going to go ahead and remove 2 threat from the main scheme. You for your service, Maria. And Gambit will go ahead and attack for 3 against the Baron. So will Hawkeye. Okay. After the player phase ends, the first player may place 2 secret counters on board members. Okay. Awesome. So I need to make sure I'm doing that as well. Okay. So I was trying to figure out how to get more cards, and that's what it is. Okay. And then you got to use him to remove some of those. Perfect. We've got that down. The player phase is ending after I draw my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. At least we'll start being able to get Slingshot onto the table. And we might be able to get... it won't. Okay. That's fine. Slingshot and Grant Ward, which is still both super helpful. And then we'll figure out the rest there. Actually, I can probably use them to spin counters to remove threat. So we're looking fantastic. We ready these guys up. After the player phase ends, the first player may place 2 secret counters on a board member environment that has no secret counters on it to gain 2 cards from the shield envelope. 1 card instead in campaign mode. The players may advance to stage 2A to make their guess. All right, so we're going to put 2 on the tactical officer here. Let's get my wonderfully colored device out here. We're going to then draw one from the shield envelope. And it's travel. Okay. So anywhere that's got that icon on it, we have to cross off. I'm looking for some way to do that. Okay. It was not the medical officer, and he's already flipped on me. What a punk. Okay. We have two options left. No, we've got one option left here for the surveillance officer. And we've got four options left here for the tactical officer. Okay. All right. It is the villain's turn. Got my cards in my hands. Make sure I've got everything ready to go. Baron Zemo is going to go for an attack. Maria Hill is going to defend. For 3. And after this activation resolves, place on pursuit, counter pursued by the past. So Maria Hill is going to die. Thank you, Maria. I guess I could have put this somewhere else, but I actually didn't want to draw it, so. Then we get an encounter card, which we know is going to be this guy. When revealed, place 1 acceleration token here for each aim minion in play. In the victory display, which there are none. So we've got 3 right now. There are none in the victory display. So, not too bad. We can easily take care of that, no problem. Now it comes down. Oh, the threat should have gone up to 4 as well. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you guys for. Hopefully, you guys aren't screaming at the screen saying, Jason, you should have paid attention to that. My bad. All right. It is now my turn. We're going to go ahead and spin the electric arrow. Actually, I could stun him. But we're going to be okay. So we'll spin the electric arrow to get Slingshot onto the table. We know we want to do that. We have no other way to play any of the other folks here. So we'll go ahead and put Grant Ward onto the table as well. And I'm going to spin these 2 to clear threat. Doesn't say printed, right? Yep, it doesn't say printed. And it clears 2 threat from a scheme. So this goes back down to 2. And then we will have some different people do some different things. So Grant Ward will go ahead and clear the rest of this off. Gambit. Him down to 2. Gambit will go ahead and clear this guy. So we're not worried about acceleration tokens. Slingshot will go ahead and... nope, Slingshot will not. Hawkeye will go ahead and punch for 3 against Zemo. When Baron Zemo would be defeated, reset his hit points to 12. And remove 3 secret counters from among board member environments. So we'll go ahead and remove the ones off the tactical officer for now, just so that we're not running into trouble later on. And then we'll have Slingshot go ahead and attack for 2, bring him down to 10. Which that'll come off for her here in a second. Awesome. First player. Okay. Then I'm going to ready everything up. Draw my hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Good news is we got our quiver now. We've also got front organization and some vibranium arrows, which are so fun. Okay. I don't know why Hawkeye's bow got exhausted. I'm going to have to flip that on accident. But these are some decent cards, so this will hopefully help us get some things moving. All right. Next, we are... Oh, yeah, Slingshot will come back to our hand. And we're starting to build a little bit. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put... How much out there? Two secret counters on a board member environment that has no secret encounters on it. So we'll go ahead and put 2 on the surveillance officer, because I tend to have 2 mentals available to me, several mentals available to me to make that taken care of. I have to spend 1 with Grant Ward here, which is fine. But that lets me draw another card from here. Medical records, okay, which may have already been crossed off. Okay, so yeah, that's been crossed off there. Medical records up here, and medical records down here. So literally there's 1 option left here, and 2 options left here. So really, I'll be able to make my guess here pretty quick. Awesome. Okay. It is now the villain's turn. This threat goes up by 2. Baron Zemo is going to make an attack. Really want to save Gambit. But I feel like... I can take a hit. So we're not going to defend. Baron Zemo's going to swing for 3 or 5. We'll go down to 4 health points. Oof. Okay. That was not fun. We're doing great, though. We're doing great. Everything is awesome. Okay. Counter card. It is a treachery. Place a pursuit counter pursued by the past. Then if there are any counters on it, the villain schemes. So he schemes for 3 or 5. There goes his sword, at least. That gets it up to 7. And then I will spend the front organization to keep Grant Ward on the table. He gets me back down to 5 cards, which is not a big deal. All right. And I did not defend, so I just took the hit. Golly. All right. Here we go. We're going to spend the government liaison to get Hawkeye's bow onto the table. Hawkeye's bow onto the table. Look at the top 5 cards for an arrow. Hawkeye's quiver. Looking for the top 5 cards in the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a single arrow, and there's extra marksman right there. That's annoying. It's alright, we shuffle this up now. Okay. We'll spend a vibranium arrow to get Slingshot onto the table. That's going to be my smartest decision right now. Really don't have to worry about clearing those as much currently. sure want to use Gambit. We'll clear off 3 of this threat. I think that's going to be what we need to do. And then Grant Ward, go ahead and clear off 2 of the threat. And so will Slingshot. She'll go ahead and just finish off that threat there. So we really can't let it get too high. Hawkeye's going to flip. And recover for 3. Back up to 7. I think I make a strong case for that. Ready everything else back up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And, well, nice. We got to make the call back, which is so much fun. And then we are going to have Slingshot come back to our hand. All right, that leaves us with Grant Ward on the table there. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put 2 on this tactical officer here. And then we will draw our shield card, which is our last shield card here. So that really, we can actually make our guess here. So it is a money sign. Money, money, money. So it's not the surveillance officer. In fact, I think that is over here, and I just didn't cross it off. Yeah, I missed this one down here. So that left me with, and we'll show you on here, it is the 4th one down. I'm thinking it's going to be the tech officer with the phone, fire, and this. So let's make that happen. I'm sure there's another way to phrase all those things. So go to 2A. When revealed, make an accusation by guessing its means, motive, and opportunity along with the board member associated with the combination and the campaign log. This board member is accused. See page 19 for accused. Remember, has next, the players take the evidence cards from the aim folder and find the board member associated with the combination, means, motive, and opportunity on the cards in the campaign log. This member is the mole. They compare the mole and its means, motive, and opportunity to their guess. They guess correctly. If they guessed all 4, their accusation is correct. Okay, so I'm guessing the tactical officer, and I'm guessing the phone, fire, and shield looking thing. Here we go. Phone. Nice. Wiretap. Fire. Shield looking thing. Authority. Each player may add 1 secret counter. All right. Perfect. And then ideology. All right. So we got all 3 of them. And it was the shield tactical officer. We were correct. Okay. So now what happens? Okay. And response, stage 1B, the main scheme also gives the player. All right. So, put this up. Identify the mole. For each guess you got wrong, place 1 secret counter on each board member. If you accuse the wrong board member, place 3 secret counters on the accused. Okay. Advance to stage 3A. they correctly guessed all 4, their accusation is correct. All right, so I guessed correctly, so my accusation's correct. This goes out of play. Revealed, flip Baron Zemo to his unmasked side and reset his hit points to his printed hit point value. All right. Well, good. I'm glad I didn't attack him then. He's at 16. $18. Woo. Find Baron Zemo's sword and attach it to him. Okay, well, that's annoying. I know it's in here, I saw it already, and now it's attached, so. You guys are bearing with me. I'm being a little slow on all this, but I want to make sure I'm doing it all right. Bear Zemo attacks and defeats a character. Place 1 secret counter on the board member environments with the fewest secret counters. Okay. Flip the mole to its attachment side. And attach to Baron Zemo. Place 1 threat here for each secret counter on each board member attachment. Okay. So. Oh, man. He's got that attached. He's going to be swinging for stupid amounts of damage, so I really need to make sure I'm ready to go and deal with that when I flip up. Starts off with 0 threat. Place 1 threat here for each secret counter on each board member. Attachment. Okay, so he's got 2. Alright, 18 health. I guessed correctly. I may have guessed too early, and that's going to be a problem, I imagine, but we'll find out. He's only got 18 health. I'm sure we can make this, but it is the villain's turn. So, this is when he activates, right? The one before wasn't about activation? Nope, it was just him dying. Okay. When Baron Zemo activates against you, place 1 secret counter on a board member card or give Baron Zemo an additional boost for this activation. Okay. Wow. Alright. Okay. We're going to be fine. So. We know what's going on. This goes up by 2 to 4. Baron Zemo is going to go in for a scheme for 3, 4. This goes up to 8. Literally 4 thread away. The fewest remaining hit points. Wow, that medical officer's rough. Okay. So either way, Grant Ward would die. So, or I can't heal Baron Zemo any. So we will go ahead and have Grant Ward die. All right. Next, we are going to deal with some of the nonsense here because, oh, we get an encounter card. S.H.I.E.L.D. agent with quick strike, and it's vulnerable. Okay. S.H.I.E.L.D. agent activates or is defeated. Add 1 secret counter to a board member environment with the fewest secret counters. Okay. So it's just, or activates, or, cool. All right. So now it's my turn. Exciting stuff. Okay. Let us do some exciting things then. We're going to go ahead and spin the power in all of us and Melinda May to play Quinn Carrier. We got to get something going here for us. We got a Quinn Carrier happening on the table here. Oh, I will do that when I flip up, I guess, because I'm not an Avenger right now. So, hold on a second. Let's look at our hand here. I really think I need to flip up, but I'm going to go ahead and heal. And then flip up. We will exhaust the quiver. There's an electric arrow there. Alright, and a sonic arrow. I think electric arrow is what we need. Okay. I'm getting a little nervous now, but I think we're going to be alright. It's a game, right? So, we'll make it. Okay. Electric arrow is done. We're going to spin, again, a Melinda May and power in all of us to get Quinn Carrier onto the table. We're going to spin, make the call to get Expert Marksman onto the table. All right. The good news is we can fire the electric arrow, fire the vibranium arrow. He's not going to scheme anymore. I really want to hit him with the vibranium arrow, but I think I'm going to have to do... Oh, shoot. I forgot about this annoying. Alright. Spin the vibranium arrow to get Slingshot onto the table. We are then going to Expert Marksman and Quinn Carrier and exhaust the bow. Fire an electric arrow. Yep. If I fire it at Baron Zemo, he's going to be stunned, and that'll be helpful. If I fire it at the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, it just goes away. I'll make the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent go away, so will the electric arrow. Slingshot is going to go ahead and attack. No, sorry. Remove 2 thwart from here. Alright. Let's ready up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, and I still have that silly sword to contend with, so it comes back to my hand. Okay. Threat goes up by 2. The Baron's going to come in for an attack. I will defend. Swinging for 4, 5, 6, 7. Down to 2 health. And counter card. Drawing near. Okay. I've had worse encounter cards. Alright. When Baron Zemo activates against you, either place one secret counter on a bottom memory card or give Baron Zemo an additional boost for this activation. This goes up to 3. Attacks and defeats a character. She's not defeated. Alright. It's my turn. Okay. We've got options right now. So, first things first, let's quiver. Alright, Explosive Arrow, Nick Fury, Sunfire, Energy, and Power and all of this. Alright, so the Explosive Arrow is going to go here. Okay, so don't try to flip Zemo too early, I guess. Make sure you're trying to set up a little bit. Oh, and that should have discarded the top card. Sorry about that, guys. And place that there. Okay. So, first things first, let's go ahead. We know we've got the resources for it. Let's get rid of his silly sword. I want that out of the way. Next, we'll spend the Quinn Carrier to get Slingshot onto the table. Who's going to remove 2 threat from the scheme? Hawkeye unfortunately can't take another hit. I could probably Squirrel Girl. Could have Squirrel Girled instead of Slingshot. Had to get rid of the sword. Had to get rid of the sword. Still can't take another hit, so I'm going to have to flip down as Hawkeye. So we're going to save the Sonic Arrow to go ahead and get rid of Drawing Nearer there. Because with these two. Let's pop the Explosive Arrow. And do 3 damage to Baron Zemo. Got these 2 cards left. They're both mental. So we'll spin them with this guy to remove 2 threat from here. You feel a little bit better. Flip down. Actually, I should have taken 6 points of damage, so I should be at 3. Go back and check if you guys are curious, but I think I should be at 3 health because I defended for 1. Then we're to discard the identity-specific card from our hand and discard this card. Okay. Did I quiver this turn? I think that's how I got the Explosive Arrow. Okay. Already up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 encounter card. Well, we're going to see some cards again, which is good news. So, standard mode, and it's still making me sweat, guys. I'm actually feel like I'm doing pretty good. Not losing hardcore, which is good news. So, just one to win in one go, you know what I'm saying? Drop the card. So maybe I can draw into a Hawkeye and make a big push on a turn. Hawkeye. Draw into a Cyclops and make a big push on a turn. So, okay. All right. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. We drew Nick Fury, Energy, Power in All of Us, which is going to be huge. Sunfire, Med Team, and Helicarrier. Okay, not a bad little draw. Slingshot comes back to our hand. Then we will go about the turn. So, here we go. That goes up by 2 to 6. He schemes for 3 or 5. At least we don't have our obligation to deal with. Y'all should probably hear my doggy walking around in the room. She makes a lot of noise. Next, we have an encounter card gets drawn. Oh, he does that activation thing. When Baron Zemo activates against you, either place 1 threat on the encounter, one secret counter on a board member, or give him some fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here. All right. Disavowed. Increase the resource cost to play each shield card by 1. When revealed, place 1 threat here for each shield card in play. Oh, okay. Well, bummer. Clint Barton was one of those. All right. Aim interference. Place 1 secret counter here for each board member card. You may spend X lightning resources to prevent 2 of those counters from being placed. All right. So I can afford right now 2 of them. So we'll spin Sunfire and the Med Team. And then we're going to place 1 here. Okay. Not a bad turn. We're doing okay. All right. It's my turn. First things first. I want to spend my Power in All of Us and my energy to get Nick Fury onto the table. We'll go ahead and draw 3 cards with Nick. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Jeez. All right. I can live with an extra encounter card if I have to. I've got to get some of that threat up there removed. So Nick Fury will go ahead and exhaust to clear 2 threat up here. There's no way I'm doing 11 damage to him right now, so. We get Slingshot on the table. Chu also clear 2 threat. So we're at 7. Slingshot is probably my favorite new card. I think she's fantastic. Love her a lot. Kind of want to get Helicarrier on the table because it's just going to be nice for the future. But we shall see. So heal for 3. Back up to 6. We're going to flip up. Hawkeye's quiver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. We got a vibranium arrow. Should I have waited to play Nick? Maybe. If I did that, I could swing for... But now I know new information. That's the thing. So I don't want to change it based on knowing new information. It kind of sucks because I probably could have taken out Baron Zemo this turn. No big deal. We'll hold on to the arrow for now. Maybe we'll draw into the next vibranium arrow next turn. Okay. Not complaining. I would have done 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I would have been really close, and I probably wouldn't have healed. But I'm trying to make wise choices here, so now we know. Huh. All right. We're going to spin these 3 to get Helicarrier onto the table. Exhaust Helicarrier, exhaust Expert Marksman, exhaust Hawkeye's bow to deal 6 damage to Zemo. Should get him down to 9. We're almost there. Okay. 1, 2, oh yes, 3, 4, 5. We drew into a vibranium arrow. We drew into an inspiring presence. We're doing great. Okay. If we can survive this turn, I think we're going to win this game. So, Slingshot comes back to hand. Helicarrier, Expert Marksman, Quinn Carrier, Quiver, Hawkeye's bow, Hawkeye, and Nick Fury already. We just got to make sure we survive. All right. First things first. Threat goes up by 2. We're back here. We're at 9. He's going to attack for... and Nick Fury will defend. For 4. 5, 6. This card gains for each aim minion in the victory display. 6. 7. Okay. He's dead. Thank you so much, Nick Fury. Zemo puts one more threat out there. He's going to put it on this. And he'll heal for 2 damage. Just feels like that's going to be the better option for me right now. 2 encounter cards. 1, 2. First one is a shield agent. Comes in with a quick strike, so I take a point of damage. Second one is Evil Alliance. Right. Each Nemesis minion activates against you. If there's none in play, you put 3. So that makes this flip up. And I was hoping not to see a Nemesis minion this round, but we are. So here we go. Nemesis minion. The Clint Barton player searches for in their hand and deck and discard pile for Mockingbird and attaches it face up underneath there. Which is fine. I haven't actually ever played Mockingbird this entire time. I don't think I played her 1 game, maybe. Okay. He does come in with a quick strike. Let me see. I'm trying to kill him for 11. I do 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. Yep. We'll take the 2. These guys get shuffled into the deck here. I can't believe we're going to win this, guys. I hope I haven't done anything wrong. But I feel like we're right at the cusp of the edge here. One go against Zemo. And Hawkeye is winning the S.H.I.E.L.D. campaign. So let's make that happen. Take this turn slow, Jason. Okay. It is now my turn. There is 5 threat here. None of these have guard. They're just annoying. First things first. Quiver. Never know what you end up drawing. Okay, well, arrow. Okay. Sweet. Let's get shuffled back into the deck. At least it's out of my deck for now, which is helpful. So, all right. Next, we want to get the vibranium. Let's go ahead and spend the Quinn Carrier to get Slingshot onto the table, wherever she fits. I don't want to forget about her. All right, and then we do Helicarrier and Expert Marksman, and exhaust my bow to do 6 points of damage. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's down to 5. Okay. That actually should do it, guys, because Slingshot is going to go ahead and attack for 2. And then Hawkeye will just attack for 3. And ladies and gentlemen, that is game. Baron Zemo is defeated. Holy smokes. And we still had plenty of options because I could have made the call for somebody else to come into play. I could have Inspiring Presence. Slingshot. We could have made the call. We would have had enough to make the call for Nick Fury. And so there's options there for days. I can't believe we did it. This is my first time playing Baron Zemo. So if I did something wrong, please let me know. But we've won the campaign. I've had a lot of fun playing this campaign. Thank you guys for bearing with me on any of the sound issues or anything that you encountered while watching me. I am working on getting those fixed. I hope I have it fixed for this video. But we have officially beat the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. campaign. Victory! Zemo is defeated. The mole is exposed. The heroes are exonerated. And the players win the campaign. Turn the page to read the conclusion. And so that gets us down to the last comic. If you haven't read the comic, you can do it yourself on your own time. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I have some final thoughts here, and I want to kind of talk about this a little bit. As I played the campaign, I did change the deck up a little bit over time. I added new cards in, I changed some cards around based on how it felt like it was working and what wasn't working. I started with some Nibble Sacrifices and Get Readies, cycled them out. I even had War Machine in there and cycled him in and out a couple times. Same thing with Cyclops. And then I added in a couple of new heroes and allies into the deck at the end there to try to change things up a little bit. S.H.I.E.L.D. cards that came from this campaign that I really liked were definitely Slingshot and Grant Ward. I will 100% be using them quite a bit as long as I can, for especially any leadership builds. Slingshot's just going to be there and be available. And Grant Ward's just a fun card to have, and it's nice to have an ally that costs me nothing except for the fact that he might punch me for 2. So that is not bad at all. I think I had a point where I had too many resources and resource generators. That kind of balances itself out over time. The executive board member mod set is very interesting and kind of stressful at the same time. Trying to find the right way to make things work is exhausting, but worth it in the long run. So Baron Zemo is really cool. I think the scenario is actually a lot of fun to play. I've heard people say it takes a lot to set up. It wasn't too bad for me. In fact, it felt pretty quick, but I was also looking pretty fast. And I also had most of the stuff set out because I've been playing the campaign. Will I face Zemo again? Probably. I think I need some more practice against him, doing some other heroes. So I'll probably do that. I've got some Silk. I got Silk in recently, so maybe Silk will come up here and be able to take some of his cards from his deck so he can't get his sword stuff out and things out as well. So I want to try some things like that. I need to get better at Silk. I've only played her once off screen. But Hawkeye. I do want to say this, guys, and I want to say it very clearly. Just because a hero is not popular in the game does not mean the hero is not worth playing. I will be honest, I did not expect much from Hawkeye. Every time I've heard people talk about Hawkeye, it's been, oh, he's not that great. Don't play him. He's just going to die on you. He's not worth it. And it becomes hard and exhausting in the long term. I do want to thank Kennedy Hawk for encouraging me to continue to put these videos out. I'm excited to hear that he was excited about it. I'm excited to hear that you guys have been enjoying it. Everybody's been leaving positive comments about, wow, Hawkeye is actually really cool. And he is, with his quiver and his bow and things that he can do. Even though he can't defend for much, you get the right people out there to help protect him, and Hawkeye's going to do a lot of damage for you and take care of a lot of things along the way. His arrows, being able to take out these vulnerable keyword minions throughout this game, has been awesome. As well as his arrows being able just to take on most of the villains in this specific campaign has been great. I think Hawkeye, though this campaign was not made yet, Hawkeye is designed really well for this campaign. I'm going to try Hawkeye out probably later. I'm going to take a break from him for a little bit, but come back and try him in aggression and justice and protection, just to kind of get a better idea for him. But overall, I am very satisfied with how Hawkeye played. I'm very satisfied with playing with Hawkeye, and I look forward to trying him again in the future. So, if there's any heroes in your box you're like, I'm just not sure, or I've heard bad things about, test them out, guys. They're worth it. Alright, guys, that's it for me. I had a blast. I'm going to try to chew on some more thoughts, and I may come back later and talk more about the campaign, how I feel about the campaign. But for now, just note that I had a blast, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching. My name is Jason Sketch, and next time, I'll be deadly serious next time. Peace.